Get ready for another day, another art day, and the Carnon reacts. Yes, the evil plot. We're gonna be reacting to Mike as he draws faces, some kind of gesture and storyboarding. I welcome all of you to the Simeon's Global Concerns channel, and let's react and watch his educational slap to my face. No, just kidding. But hey, let's check it out.
Hey everybody, welcome with another drawing with me on the Simeon's Global Concerns channel, and thank you, Carnon. Yes, we're going to start on some pretty heavy paper here, a sketch pad paper. We are using marker directly. Big no-no. Always try to start most of your sketches with a pencil, but we're going into a little bit of learning how to do a head, figure's head. So there's a couple ways. You start with a circle, and you envision that circle, and you want it more sphere-like as possible. A lot of people have other methods of making a sphere. I showed a couple in the past. And you want to use a rectangular bar for the brow and between the eye. Right here, it's almost like a VR glass for you futuristic people. This rectangular bar has always been one of the things with just putting the brow, the piece separating the head from the jawline and the nose and stuff. There's a couple different ways of doing this. And school methods is a lot different. I'm putting in an egg, so they say usually do an egg for a full head figure, but I use it like on a bottom piece. Usually they use like a square line, boxed out jaw. Right here, where I'm putting that line, it could be divider of the eye or directly right where it looks like a visor. So, and right here we're having the ear. So this is more of a down look for how we're doing this. And I'm just gonna put in the ear. I'm gonna show the things not to do as well. This ain't gonna be perfect, but we'll try. So we're also putting a second invisible circle in the back. See how I did that? And then now I'm lining it in with where the ear would be. There's a couple ways you can actually extend the head for how thick you want your skull, to be. And we can also loop the jaw in, overline. But remember, use a pencil because this is directly inked. So when you're using direct inked, it's going to be one thing or another. And I'm just trying to show a sample. So we are just going to get in right in between here. And that's where your eyes would be. I put two arrows there. Somewhere between there you'll be putting the eyes, lining with the, you want to align it with the ears. So like right there, that's where your eyes would be on the skull right there. So right there we're going to put the ear. That's where the ear will line up onto there. Now there are several ways. People have a lot of different methods, but when you go to your college or your local place, they're going to show you directly how they want it. So it's going to be probably a little out of the ordinary from you, what you normally do, but they're going to try to get now using a rectangular. You can use a rectangle for the nose, or a square, or a source of doing it. And I'm just lining it in that way so we can actually line in the nose. You can start to shape and mold the nose where you want it. And I'm doing the mouth now. It's like a little lip underneath. You actually make a little curve under the nose to space it out. It's part of the lip, part of the muscle attachments. So I also shaded it, but I'm working with the neck now. It's just, and you also have an undertone. So the neck always has that undertone. So you're going to hear that a lot if you go into a drawing 101 class, basic drawing. We got these little tones that are going to show. So we're going to go over here and do another face. Like, this is like really pro-like. You can actually just start drawing a face instantly, ear, and you can actually put in with that. So you can actually start to morph the face. Here's where the eyes would be, a little guess estimation. A lot of sketch artists would just instantly jump in like that and build your face in. So that's one thing not to do. Honestly, that's exactly what So here, like I said, you have that down view. It's giving that down view for what we did. Comparing to this face here on my left side, or your left side, you'll probably see it, but it's got that, appearance. And then it's simple. It's more of a right to left look than looking down. And then you have your back shade. You can have a back shade, an undertone, because that's always going to be of importance on just basic drawing, one-on-one sketching. And then you got the eyes. You got to have the eyes come in like that. And then you also have an under lid and a top lid. There's several methods for that as well, pretty much. And then you can actually just pull in with the brows here. And here you could get like a triangle, anime triangle to the nose, because those arches are valued in all kinds of art. And then I kind of put a little cheekbone there, put a little brow here. So you actually, depending on how detailed, what way you want your character to look, your figure to look, it could go several directions. So these are some of the methods people do. Now, my first one I drew here, you don't want to do this one anyways, because see how the ear was off. So now, going over, comparing to both of them, you can see the detail difference. So this, on this side where I'm going to draw another one right below. So you also, some people will come with a rounded shape like this when it's a direct shape, and you get that rounded shape like that directly, and you can throw off the image completely. There's ways to actually correct it. That's why I say use a pencil, experiment, and the ears, you can actually go any way. This is more like an animated figure, so you get like an L nose. Just make an L for the nose, 2 half curves, upside down U, a U shape. You just curve them in and fill the eye textures in. So yeah, you got all this over here, same over here. So this is how you do it, easy, a little animated caricature. The eyes are going to be off if you're not watching, and it happens with me a lot, so it's a little unprofessional. See how you probably notice how I'm messing up the eyes. So I'm just giving examples here. These are examples. So shape is always important, and when you draw, you can just start the image what you want to draw. Now this ain't perfect. You can see where I messed up. Now I'm just turning it into glasses with some hair flare and a little spiky spike here, spiky nutty buddy. And then I give a little Dragon Ball Z spiking, a little Bart Simpson look. Bart Simpsons, I mean, a little, pull that in there. This is a little quick sketch of me. So that's if you want to do a cartoon, an animated character, you can get detailed in ways, So that's just some faces, basics. So breaking down the simpleness of it.
Very interesting. It looks simple, 1, 2, 3, but hey, folks, if you're not that pro, you always got the stick figures. But interesting topics on sticking it out.
So a lot of it is like circles on circles, ovals, egg shapes, and always put a cross in the center where you're going to focus that between eyes and ears, mouth and lips, triangles for squares for the nose, or sometimes rectangles. Even like I said, it's like almost like a visor for the eyes and brow. It indicates the indistinguished face features. You can actually start going with certain directions. So, and now I'm just gonna start up some of the stuff again. I'm just trying to share some of my art knowledge with you. I don't know how this is going to turn out because the eye went into a strange form. I don't know. I was just drawing. I'm just going to draw an eyeball. Okay. The biggest thing is, so a lot of people are when you're first starting out as an artist, the biggest thing is you're going to start with eyes or like a facial feature sometimes, or you're going to skip around and you're going to find, okay, this is my most comfortable spot. So this is a detailed eye I'm doing right now for you. Very detailed. So this is how you do the eyelashes you have like a lip towards the top and the bottom of the eye, and then you're gonna put some tone in the top like this underneath the eye, because you're gonna have like almost a double lipped motion. Now, I don't know how this is gonna turn out, because you don't start with the eye if you're gonna do facial features. I'm putting an eyebrow all over the top too. So this is an eye. This is an eye. It's nothing more, nothing else. Don't think nothing else. It's an eye. So we're just doing detail where the face would go. Dear God, hopefully this might turn into a Picasso picture, because I did not put the head in correctly. So we're going to draw the nose. It's going to look like some kind of Picasso, I swear. It's going to be a Picasso Irishman. No offense. It's just like, just give me a pint. We'll all sit down and have a good time. Okay. So, yeah, the air just turned out kind of awkward. Yeah, it's a Picasso. When I do this, if I don't get the proportions right, it's just a Picasso painting. It's a sketch of a Picasso. So, yeah, this is going to be pretty kind of interesting. And I'm part Irish myself. I have Native American, Irish, Dutch, Czechoslovakia, Polak. I'm a mutt. I am a mix. So, it's no biggie. So, we're just getting into details, everyone. So, I'm going to give him a beard, a mustache. So, once you get the hang of artwork, you can take anything and turn it into something. Sometimes it's a guessing game, like what I just did here. This is a guessing game right now. I'm just going my own thing. I'm trying to picture what this character is going to look like. This guy's going to look like. He has such a big eye. That's why I'm saying it's going to be a Picasso piece of art or something like. Well, I'm going to give him a beard if this turns out the way I'm thinking. So, I'm just having some fun drawing a face now. It's not going to turn out how I want it. Honest to God, because you actually get it after. You get more than the cheek and the other side of the eye and stuff. And since everything's such a big concept, this is more exaggerated. That's what us artists will say when it's overdone. And it's more of a toon type of effect, or a cartoon effect. It has an exaggeration in it. It's almost like trying to cover up your mistakes a bit. Because I have so much going on here. And lips, you have so much different ways of doing textures with lips. So there's a lot of techniques when it comes to mouths. This mouth is really messed up. It's like a grunchy teeth like lips. So, like I said, it's always best to use pencil. A lot of people could actually do it with pen and marker like this. So I have this thing, like if I don't get like a rough draft of what I'm doing first before I ink it, I start to shoot off the artwork in the wrong direction sometimes. Yeah, he's going to be a Picasso, dude. Oh, man, look at this. Look at this. This is a collage art, a gesture. Collage, gesture, / Picasso style face. I don't know. It's just one of those old school type of arts, It looks like a news press of and a half. Oh, it reminds me of the guy with the 1800s umbrella hat in the rain. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give him a little old straw hat or miner's hat. I don't know. Some kind of hat. It was like a miner's hat more, or some kind of strange hat. Or a Yankees hat, or a Confederate hat. Who knows? And there we go. And see how the eye is so off? It's like a Picasso painting. It's just so off. I'm just going to give it more here, more detail. I'm going to try to detail it, and it's one of those things. I love doing artwork. I'm going to signature it probably. I don't know. We'll put some buttons on them, or maybe I'll turn this into something underneath them. I'll give some tone there. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's see. Something I could do with this. Just thinking. I'm just sketching as I go. So now I'm just doing a stick figure. I'm going to show you some animation. I decided to turn this guy into a stick figure, and we're going to do some animation with him. I'm going to show some stop motion animations. I was playing with Nuku Nuku as a toy AI animator, and I decided to put some Zaku's in it. This thing is so limited with artwork. I'm going to put a hat on the stick man. Now this is a great way. It's gesture. This is also how you do gesture art. So gesture art, I was talking about, so this is gesture art as well. So doing a stick figure is a gesture. You can start to detail little bubbles, detail stuff. It's all gesture. And this is a great way to do a storyboard as well. Also do a lot of different ways. Just doing a little sketch of Stickman. And it helps construct the body structure for animation. So this he's carrying a log or a paper or some kind of torpedo thing. I mean, I don't know. Some kind of log. So we're going to put another guy behind him. I'm trying to make room because there's really no room. So we're going to put the other guy behind him. I mean, usually go in a forward step like A, B, and C, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 5, 2, 5. You got certain numbers on your time board, and you just have the little sketches you'll make. So I'm just adding in the character. I'm going to make him crouching here. But yeah, there's a lot of methods of doing this too. Just trying to get this in. We're animating it a little bit. So this is before you give it detail. So you're gonna have these little framed papers and stuff. So technically, it's this guy here I sketched, but he has like a different kind of hat on, I guess. So that's it. He's crouching. He's getting up to throw the paper. Now you'll have a lot more frames in this, but also these are like rough drafts for a storyboard sometimes too. So and then you have underneath, it would be telling little descriptions with the story or what they would label with a number. So this guy's on his one foot, he's leaning forwards, and you might have the leg a little more bent in, but I'm just trying to fit it on this paper here. Bear with me on that one. So it's gonna be the same thing. He's actually he could have tripped too, or he's just throwing it up in the air. So yep, he gets up, he leans forwards, he throws it upward. So that'd be like 1, 2, 3. Put little details, little nudges. So a lot of people make a lot of money with the stick animations. So that's another thing. If you can do the stick figures, it doesn't have to be detailed. You make a lot of money off it. I'm just signaturing it. I'm writing in the stuff. So yeah, so that's this, and it's just basics. I'm writing in what it is here, Sketchers. And then I'm telling the storyboard, and this is how it works in animations. 15 per second. It starts with little sketch rough drafts like this. Also storyboards come to play what the character's supposed to be doing, and also you have a look of what the character might look like how I did in the corner. And this is a small draft I did. The artwork can come in so many forms before it gets storyboarded. Sometimes the storyboard comes before the script, but mostly it'll be the script and story that's written. Then the artist draws the little thumbnails. It'll be the thumbs, and then it'll go to storyboarding. Then it'll be like what I just write on the corner, like this little idea sketch. Usually that starts that away. Then you use a lot of gesture, like underneath. You start to build that reference, and a lot of it's stop motion, still framed before full animating. Sometimes it's overlays and comes with computer projects, but that's how that works as well. But remember, like right here, like for how the face, the width, also this helps measure the width, what I did here. A lot of people use like an oval, different shapes. There's several methods to building a head, and same with cartoons. They do have tons of styles. There's books out there, even books for young kids. You can actually look them up at your local library, art stores, Barnes and Nobles will be one you can find some stuff. Make special orders from there actually, but yep. And then I was just showing how to draw the faces to cartoons. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully back to Karnan, and I appreciate everyone on today's Zimion School. So maybe you'll learn something about it. There's a quick way of showing how to draw faces. I might do a lot more of these videos. Thank you for coming to view. I hope you liked it. It wasn't my best, but it's all for you to learn a little bit something about the arts. Bye, and back to you, Karnan.
Thank you for viewing, and you can subscribe to our other channels below. Check them out if you love gaming. There's classic order gameplays, and also some other cool things with the Zimion Global Concerns. Thank you for viewing.